Hello everyone, welcome to the Eternal Quest Tarot. Thank you so much for being here and for choosing to watch this video. With today's pick and pile reading, we are going to be looking at no contact relationships. And my intention is to read for romantic connections from your past. So think of an ex-lover or an ex-partner, an ex-wife, an ex-husband, and what have you. But a person that you shared sort of a relationship with, a love relationship, and then it went to no contact. So for each of these readings, we'll be starting with an energy check-in. The energy check-in will specifically focus on what happened between the two of you before going no contact, or sort of looking at the circumstances that led to the no contact situation. I'm going to be looking at your energy and their energy during this no contact situation was unfolding, so right before it went complete no communication state. And that energy check-in, let that energy check-in serve as sort of an indicator of whether you have chosen the right pile or not. And then we will look at their thoughts and feelings towards you during this no contact situation. Okay, so let's get started with the pile selection. I have 3 piles for you to choose from, as always. The first one is this honey calcite crystal with the bonfire tarot. For pile 2, I have the blue sodalite crystal with the Shadowlands tarot deck. And for my pile 3, I have this huge chunk of strawberry quartz with the Cook's Tarot. So there you go, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Timestamps will be in the description box as always, and I'll see you guys at your reading. Thank you. Hi pile 1, so this is for you if you resonated with the honey calcite crystal and the bonfire tarot. Before we get into your actual reading, looking at their thoughts and feelings in this no contact time, I'm going to do an energy check-in, as I mentioned in the intro portion. I'm going to be looking at your energy and their energy, and sort of the energy connecting the two of you. And this is just before things went into no contact, so what transpired between the two of you. And let this energy check-in serve as a indicator to you whether you have chosen the right pile or not. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything will resonate, but most of it should make sense to you. And if most of it is not making any sense, and if the energy check-in doesn't kind of tell us your story, then maybe select another pile or select another reading on my channel on a similar topic, which I have done before. So let's see. We are starting with the 3 of Swords. These cards are for your energy. Okay, so 3 of Swords. Then we have the King of Cups. We have the 4 of Cups. We have the reversed King of Wands. And we have the Magician. For your person's energy, we have the 8 of Wands. We have the Devil. We have the Fool. We also have the Star, okay. And we have the Strength card. The energy connecting between the two of you. This is healing. It says, imagine yourself surrounded and your beloved surrounded by light, feel your relationship being healed this very moment. And we have the Hammer, which is the keywords on the card are sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, working on it. Okay. Where do I put these? I think I'm going to place them over here. Alright, so I'm going to start with the energy up top, which is talking about your energy. With the Magician card, I feel like some of you might be actively working on manifesting this person, okay? And we started with the Three of Swords, and this tells me that, you know, there are a couple of things that come to mind. One, that, you know, when you met this person, okay, or around the time that they stepped into your life, it's possible that you were dealing with some sort of a heartbreak, excuse me, or some sort of pain, okay? This pain could be coming from your past, coming from a past relationship, but I feel like you were still in the process of healing something. You were still dealing with some kind of heartache, you know, in the relationship. And I feel like with the King of Cups representing your energy, I feel like it started off, you know, feeling really connected to this person, and maybe for some of you, you've even expressed your feelings. The King of Cups can be a very emotional creature, just by the nature of it belonging to the King of Cups. Cups is all about emotion, but the King of Cups, there is also a very solid intention that comes with, you know, those emotions, meaning that the King of Cups doesn't just connect with people for, you know, a short-term relationship, or connecting with someone without having sort of an end goal in mind. And I feel like either this was very obvious to your person, or maybe it was something that you expressed while you were connected to them. And I very much feel like with this person, we have the Devil energy here, and we also have like repetitive patterns in one of the cards. So I feel like this is something, the knowledge that you are looking at this connection very seriously, or your feelings are really deep and you're like falling for them, or something like that. I feel like that might have been one of the major triggers that this person reacted to, okay? With the Eight of Wands energy, I feel like this connection in itself, there are two messages that I'm getting. Either this connection itself was like a flash in the pan, like very happening to both of you, like super suddenly coming into your life, like all of a sudden, and lasting for a little while, and then, you know, quickly ending with this person's, you know, withdrawal of energy, or acting in a way that sort of proved to you that, you know, this is not something which is going to happen right this very second. And then I feel like you were forced to withdraw your energy as well. The Four of Cups is a card which kind of represents that withdrawal of energy. And even with the reversed King of Wands, I feel like you had a desire to make things work with this person and to further this connection, but whatever happened, which I feel like is this person getting triggered and withdrawing themselves, and you know, not really responding in a way that you had wanted, might have led you to withdraw your energy and kind of feel hopeless to pursue this connection, and sort of, you know, either calling it quits or just letting it die its own death, okay? But I definitely feel with the Magician energy that this connection and this person has not really left your energy completely. You might still be I don't want to use the word hung up, but I want to say like you might still be desiring to manifest this connection and manifest them back into your life. I feel like you might be doing a lot towards your own personal power, and like feeling powerful enough to step into this magician type of a vibe where you feel confident. So that is a good thing to see, that you are focused on yourself and you're working on yourself since this connection has left your life. And I feel like even with your person, there is a recognition of this devil's energy. By that, what I mean is that this person is very well aware of what they did here and how they acted, and you know how triggered they felt when things start getting serious, or when your emotions started getting much deeper than they probably would have anticipated at the time. Okay, we have the Fool energy, and I feel like in the context of the reading and the rest of the energies that I see here, I feel like your person might have very like recklessly as well as stupidly, or acted very naively or immature in a way, and sort of chosen to leave this connection behind. But I feel like with the Star energy and the Strength energy, there is somewhat of a recognition within this person. I really get that vibe where they are recognizing that what they did was essentially wrong and indicative of the things that they need to heal within themselves. And I feel like in this downtime, in the time that they are stepping away from this connection or not being in contact with you, they are really focused on their healing. Okay, with the Strength energy, again, it goes hand in hand with healing. With this person is really trying to control the beast within them, and this beast, when it comes to the person, might be the sabotaging side of themselves, where they kind of get in their own way when it comes to love and relationships. And that typically happens, I feel like, around the time when things start getting more serious, or when they notice that the other person in this equation is catching feelings for them. Healing energy is the energy that connects the two of you, and I feel like you might be working on your healing as well. With this Three of Swords, and the message that I was getting is that it could have been that you coming, if this resonates with you, that is, if you were dealing with some sort of a past pain, or you know dealing with some issues in the past. Excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of water. I don't know what's happening with my voice. Sorry about that. I'm filming this like very early in the morning, and kind of like the first thing in the morning. It's still, you know, dark outside, but maybe it's just the fact that I haven't used my voice a lot since I woke up. That could be it. But anyways, so as I was saying with the Three of Swords, if you met this person around the time where you were dealing with some kind of a heartbreak or nursing some of your own heartaches, it's possible that you kind of attached yourself to this person, or kind of got feelings for them very fast, relatively fast, okay? And that in itself, sort of like, I think codependency issues might be something that you might be becoming self-aware of, okay? And at this time, just taking the time to be by yourself and be with your emotions, and sort of look at what they are trying to teach you, and emerge out of this phase and out of this situation as the magician, okay? So that could be your healing. And with this person, I feel like they're healing what comes out of this devil energy when it comes to relationships in general for this person, which might be a pattern of feeling threatened for whatever reason, or not feeling like they have the raw material, or like whatever it takes within themselves to give to a relationship. So that seems to be the energy between the two of you. If this portion of the reading resonated with you, then keep watching. You are in the right pile, and we are going to go into what their thoughts and feelings are about you and about the connection during this time of no contact. So, how is your person feeling towards you, feeling about the connection at this time? How is your person feeling towards you? I'm intending to get some insight into, the intentions that they have for the future, which is, whether they want to come into contact again, want to pursue this relationship again, and also insight and advice for you, whatever that might be. So let's see where the reading takes us. We're starting with the King of Swords energy. I feel like at this point of time, this person is being very analytical and sort of logical about the situation. And the King of Swords can also talk about like being a little bit detached, emotionally speaking. Okay, we also have the Three of Cups energy. Maybe they are not like really understanding the depth of emotions that you felt with the Three of Cups, and maybe how they are looking at this relationship is that it was just like sort of a dating, a casual kind of connection between the two of you. Like they were not really like, they don't see it as, they don't see the depth of, as I said, your emotions and how and what this relationship meant to you. Okay, so there's a little bit of like emotional detachment and a casualness in their own kind of synthesis of this connection. But let's keep going. How is your person thinking and feeling about you? What is their energy towards pile 1? We have the Three of Swords, okay. What are your thoughts and feelings towards, not yours, sorry, what are their thoughts and feelings towards you in this no contact situation? I feel like the Three of Swords might be a representation of how they know and understand what you are dealing with or might be dealing with at this time. I feel like they see that they have caused you pain, and they have, broken your heart in a way by, acting the way that they did in this connection. We also have the Seven of Wands. What is your person's energy towards you? Pile 1. With the Seven of Wands energy, there's a somewhat of a like defensive energy, as I said, like being in love and relationships. This person might be finding like really triggering, and this is of course everything to do with their personal issues and unhealed parts of themselves, coming from that devil energy that we saw earlier. But this person still is resistant, I feel like, and they might be resisting, sort of those insights that are coming in, or resisting, their feelings in this aftermath of this breakup and aftermath of this ending. Still not very open, and we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so the Queen of Cups, I feel like, is your energy that is coming up, and your person being aware of how deeply you felt for them and how beautiful it was, because the Queen of Cups is a very beautiful energy for people who are, you know, open and ready for relationships, and they have, you know, worked on their healing, and people who are healed in general, they would probably respond to the Queen of Cups in many wonderful ways and very accepting sort of ways. So and also recognize the kind of beauty that the Queen of Cups brings into relationships, because the Queen of Cups can be very giving, very nurturing, can make the other person feel very emotionally safe. Okay, there's a lot of love with the Queen of Cups, but the same energy sort of directed towards a person that's unhealed, which I feel like is talking about your person. I mean, look at the difference between their approach and your approach. I feel like in this connection, whereas they might be more logical, stuck in their heads and thinking about things more analytically, which we'll get clarifying cards for each of these cards and look at the larger context of what this King of Swords energy is. But there is a very big difference in how this was being approached, but I feel like this person is aware of the pain that they caused you. For some of you, I'm also getting that Three of Swords might be, you know, kind of like that underlying pain that this person is nurturing or this person is harboring at this point of time, because certainly if they are not healed and they are not like open and ready for love, and they tend to like keep things casual or like casual relationships more rather than, you know, being able to go to their like emotional depths in a relationship, then it is very indicative of something that this person has not healed. And now the Three of Swords in this situation, I feel like, can talk about a whole range of things. It could be pain coming from their past experiences in love and relationships, or it could also mean any kind of like trauma that still hasn't been looked at or paid attention to by this person. Okay, and mostly their energy, I feel like, is blocking any kind of, you know, deepening of a connection. And with the Seven of Wands energy, there's really this sense of being attacked and needing to defend against that. Okay, so literally seeing somebody catching feelings for them as somewhat of an attack, or losing their power, or a threat of some sorts I'm getting, but it's very hard to like articulate on what type of a threat we are talking about, because I feel like it's going to be different for each one of you. But there's something that this person finds very inconvenient about letting other people get very close, or, you know, them getting very close to other people. There's always that boundary that this person sort of maintains. There is another thing about the King of Swords which is of note, and could be of note here, is that the King of Swords is coming from a lot of pain in the past in general. Like, that's the archetype of the King of Swords. So as I was saying, like, this could be talking about like some sort of a past pain that this person has had to go through. And at least in the King of Swords mind, in their own mind, this person thinks that, you know, acting in the way that they act is really wise, because again, it protects them, it shields them from the past pain or history repeating itself. Okay, so let's keep reading. What is the Spirit? Can you please give us the context for the King of Swords energy here? we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is all about confusion, indecision, feeling a lot of feelings. I also see this card as representing like feeling very triggered emotionally. And so I feel like when it comes to love and relationships, and especially, you know, the kind of energy that was shared between the two of you, where they found that, you know, you were catching feelings for them, or your feelings were deepening, or just that there was a potential to build a relationship here. I feel like your person really felt a lot of things, felt a lot of triggers coming from these deep emotions. And the Seven of Cups is also an inability to make up your mind or sort of understand how to deal with everything that is coming up. So the place that they go to when things emotionally get confusing is to cut off their feelings and sort of deal with things more logically. It's kind of like a defense mechanism, I almost feel like. So what is going on with the Three of Cups energy for Pile 1's person? We have the Chariot. There are a couple of messages that I'm getting with the Chariot energy. For some of you, it's possible that at this time, this person is, as I said, casually dating and seeing other people, okay? But I feel like what this, in a sense, this Chariot is trying to tell us is that this person has a need to always feel in charge and in control. Okay, and the reason why they might be having an easier time dealing with casual relationships or like casual dating scenarios, why they find it more comfortable in that type of an equation, is again because there is not a lot of commitment there, and this person therefore always maintains kind of like the power to do whatever they want and to head into, you know, whatever direction that they want to head as the connection unfolds, or in the future with any kind of like casual dating scenarios. This person very much likes to maintain their freedom, okay? But of course, in the larger context of the energies that I see here, it's dysfunctional to say the least, and their facade, the controlling facade, is again, I feel like, talking about so many things that this person needs to heal first to be able to form deep relationships. Again, it could be talking about a pattern with this person where, you know, when things start getting serious, this person tends to leave, okay? Yeah, so there was another message that I was getting there, but I kind of dropped it. I'll come back to it when I can think of it again. I just want to keep the flow of the reading going. So let's get the larger context for the Three of Swords energy, which I feel like is very much your energy, and you know, them knowing how they have affected you through their actions. We have the Two of Cups. Look at that. So yeah, definitely it's kind of like confirming, reiterating the first message that I got here, that this is about you and this is about their connection with you, the Two of Cups. I feel like this person is very much aware of breaking your heart, of hurting you, and of also ending a good thing. Okay, I feel like with these two cards, Spirit is kind of letting us know that this person might also be feeling a sort of pain, even though it might very much be unexpressed, okay, because of the other emotional challenges that this person feels and how they are handling it at this point of time. But I feel like Spirit is kind of acknowledging us that there is some pain because of the separation, because of the breakup between the two of you, that this person feels as well, okay? And there is an acknowledgement that this was something that was beautiful. Two of Cups can talk about like emotional closeness, emotional resonance, but there is, you know, that I look at the Two of Cups, how it's different from, let's say, the Lover's card, which also talks about like relationships and feeling emotional depth there. The Two of Cups might be more of a, you know, kind of like the dating phase of a connection, where it's like you're just getting to know the other person and things are going great, things are going well, okay? And it's a little different from the Lovers, where, you know, the emotions have deepened and you have gotten to know the person really well. So there's somewhat of a, you know how when you're dating a person, there's not everything that you know about them, and it's only with time that things come into light, or you learn so much more about each other, and that's how the bond deepens. So it does feel like, you know, it never got to that stage, the Lovers sort of an energy, but whatever it was, whatever you guys shared between the two of you, that certainly was beautiful for this person as well, okay? So there is a bit of a pain here coming from their side too. So what's the context for the Seven of Wands energy? There is nothing so far that I see in the cards which is sort of telling me that this person is, you know, wanting to come back or like open to rekindling this connection. Not yet. There are a lot more cards that we are going to draw, and things might look different then, but so far I'm not getting that message. So what is the larger context of this Seven of Wands energy? We have the Emperor. Look at that. So the Emperor can be a little bit emotionally detached, okay? Emperor again is wanting to control their environment, wanting to, you know, control is the word that is coming to mind. And as I said, with the Seven of Wands energy, this person might be blocking any kind of like closeness or emotions or passions that are directed towards them, which might have happened in your case and with your feelings towards this person. But this person might have remained detached or closed off or kind of rejecting those, you know, those things and those emotions coming at them as a way to maintain, again, command and control over their life. But again, as you can see, and hopefully you can tell, that this is a very dysfunctional sort of way to go about it. And again, it might be, you know, coming from a past pain or their past experiences, as is with the King of Swords energy as well, and kind of a way that this person protects their heart, okay? There is fear of history repeating, of something, you know, that they have gone through in the past. Becoming emotionally vulnerable in connections is the way that the connections deepen. And I feel like this person sort of remains very stoic and doesn't like to show their feelings, doesn't like to, you know, talk about how they're feeling, doesn't like to express a lot. We have the Emperor, and look at how many things the Emperor is hiding behind, right, in this card. So I feel like, you know, this person hides behind all these other things in their life. Could be work, could be other commitments, or what have you. And sort of just, there's a very like scary, scared energy to this Emperor, which is sort of, you know, talking about the Emperor's shadow side when it comes to love and relationship. It's kind of like, no, I'm going to protect myself, and it's basically, it's really because I'm very fearful of what a relationship can potentially do to my heart. So I'm going to protect myself, but I'm not going to make it look like I'm protecting myself. I'm going to make it look like I'm the more powerful one, the, you know, the one in command, the one in control. So that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting. What's the larger context of the Queen of Cups energy? What's with that Queen of, okay, we have the Page of Swords. I feel like they were the Page of Swords, or their response was the Page of Swords to your Queen of Cups energy. Now, as I said, the Queen of Cups can talk about like really deep feelings, or somebody who is able to feel their emotions very deeply, not only feel them but also express them, you know, kind of like this Queen of Cups is offering a cup filled with emotions and passions to this other person, which of course in this case is your person. And look at their response, the Page of Swords. The page can be a very immature energy. By the way, there could have been like age differences between the two of you. You might be dealing with someone that's really much younger than you are, but more so with I mean, this is less to do with like chronological age and the actual like physical age of a person, but more about their emotional maturity. So this is a very immature person, okay? The Page of Swords is, again, more so in their heads than their emotions. So again, even when they received that knowledge, either it was like expressed by you or something that they sensed that this person, pile one, is getting more emotional in this connection. I feel like they thought with their mind, they thought with their heads. And the Page of Swords, again, there is an inability to even if they were just like mentally processing and logically processing the situation, okay, there is still an emotional immaturity, or like an immaturity even in thought with the Page of Swords energy, and an inability to really think clearly. So I would question even their, you know, like mental analysis, or, you know, their synthesis of this situation. Let's look at the bottom of the deck energy. We have the Five of Coins. So the Five of Coins is the Five of Pentacles, and we also have the Devil. Look at that. So the Five of Coins is the Five of Pentacles, of course, is that energy of feeling really shut out, okay? They might have made you feel that way, like shut out and abandoned in the way that they acted. And again, with the Devil energy, I kind of feel like it's a pattern with this person. The Devil can talk about you know, our habitual behaviors, or something that we do on a repeat. So again, it's talking about that. Do I want to clarify something here? I want to clarify the Chariot and the Three of Cups a little bit. Spirit, can we please get some more insight into the Three of Cups and the Chariot energy. We have the Knight of Swords. Again, look at that. Like, okay, the Knight of Swords in romantic readings, I don't really like seeing the Knight when it comes to, like, especially love and relationships sort of reading, because the Knight can be very reckless and very non-committal. Like, this is a Knight in motion, and again, there is a certain level of emotional and thought immaturity here with this person, and I feel like, you know, the Knight is more likely to, is a very, like, very representative of the kind of person that would engage in just casual relationships, and sort of look at, you know, connections in a very sort of unemotional and a casual way. Sorry, I can't think of another word right now. But yeah, the Knight of Swords is acting very recklessly and not having the ability to be very steady in terms of their energy investment when it comes to love and relationships. So this is the kind of person who goes from one relationship to the other, moves very fast, and cut things off when they start getting serious or beyond a level of them being casual. Okay, so yeah, that is that. Let's look at your oracle cards to get more sense of, oops. So what is going on with pile one's person? Spirit, can you give us a more deeper insight into their thoughts and feelings at this time, what they're going through, insights on their future intentions, whatever needs to come through for pile one? What is going on with your person? We have the Wheel of Fortune energy with Destiny. Couple of messages I'm getting with the Wheel of Fortune card, but I want to draw a few cards before I start talking about them. We have the Devil energy again. What is the energy for pile one's person in this no contact situation? We have heartache and loss. This is the Three of Swords. This is making me feel with the heartache and loss, heartache and loss, and the Three of Cups, the Three of Swords energy coming up again. It really is making me feel like this person is, like, they themselves are dealing with something, okay? A loss of either a relationship, as I said, in the past, or some kind of, like, pain that they have gone through. We also have the Tower energy. What is the energy of pile one's person? And we have Eight of Cups. Yeah, this is eight. Is this Eight of Cups? Five. Oh, yeah, we have the Eight of Cups. So, sorry, that's the Five of Cups. I don't know why I said eight. Okay, so what's going on with this person right now? First of all, I feel like bottom of the deck we have transformation. Yeah, this card really sums it up really well as to, like, what's going on with this person. I feel like we saw the healing card that was in your energy check-in, okay? And I feel like this person is at the center of it, dealing with some kind of pain that they have not worked out, and they have not really worked through, and they have not really healed. So healing is one of the things that they are working through. With the Tower energy, it could be a couple of messages that I'm getting, and maybe you know this about your person and maybe you don't, but it could be that, you know, this person has had a loss of a relationship or some kind of loss that has happened to them very suddenly, and it has been like very difficult to deal with. With the Five of Cups energy, again, we have the keyword emotional loss, but what it does, the Five of Cups energy, is that overall it puts us in a very negative mind space or head space, or kind of like an outlook on maybe life or maybe love and relationships. That changes to, you know, takes us to a very like negative place where we are more prone to looking at what can potentially go wrong rather than looking at opportunities. So there's also an energy of wanting or needing to protect our heart going further, which is what I found with your tarot messages as well. Of course, this is about this person working through and healing their patterns. I'm really seeing like this kind of behavior, attitude, and the kind of choices that they make when it comes to relationship. This could be a pattern when it comes to this person. And I feel like with the the Wheel of Fortune energy, as I said, there are a couple of messages that I'm getting. One, it's possible that at this time your person might be leaving everything to fate and just sort of telling themselves that if, you know, they are meant to cross paths with you, and if you're supposed to come into their lives, it's going to happen on its own. So there's a very like hands-off type of energy where your person might not be making any kind of like an active plan for the future of this connection. That's one message that I'm getting. Secondly, I feel like Spirit is showing us that what happened between the two of you, it was kind of meant to be, pile one. And I feel like at this time at least, it would be best for you to keep doing what you're doing. What I saw in the energy check-in, being more focused on yourself and moving away from this connection, leaving it behind, because this person, I feel like, is on their own journey of transformation. There are things that they have to wake up and realize. Okay, Tower could also be about this person coming to, you know, certain deep realizations about themselves. So that might be going on with them as well, okay, where they are waking up to reality, waking up to seeing how many, you know, things are seeking healing within themselves. Like they might be questioning who they are, literally, and because there's only so much that they can continue going on with this pattern without it being healed, without it being like truly looked at. Okay, so I feel like Spirit is telling us here that it's best for you at this time to let go of this connection, okay, and to focus more on yourself rather than leave the door open if you have to, and if you're still not ready to close the door. And who knows where your person is at on this transformative journey, and maybe for some of you they will come back, okay, but at this time I'm not seeing any kind of like indications to tell us that that's going to happen. So it would be best at this point of time that you allow for the wheel of life to turn and to, you know, bring whatever it brings to you in the future as well, and to let things be as they are. Allow for life to run its course and hand over the reins to fate or destiny or life, or however you want to call it. Okay, what do I want to do next? I want to do a couple of things. I want to get more oracle cards to look into their energy, okay, and then I'm going to get some advice cards just for you, so sort of stepping away from their energy and looking at what spirit wants to tell you. But let's look at let's get another deck to look at their energy, some more insight. So what is pile one's energy towards pile one and this connection at this time? We have reveal. I want to tell you the truth. So like I said, this is a general reading, and your person might be further along on their healing journey, or they might be just starting. But for some of you, I'm definitely getting that they at least want to come back and apologize, I feel like, and sort of maybe explain their behavior and have an honest conversation with you. So that desire is there, and this could mean that it happens for some of you. Again, depending on how far along they are on this journey. Yeah, look at that conversation. So I am getting that, there's a chance that you might hear from your person, and they might act on their desire to actually come back and talk to you after treating you the way they treated, abandoning you, or stepping away from this connection. Some of you with the Five of Pentacles energy, they might even have ghosted you, neglected. I failed to give you what you need. So yeah, they're waking up to certain realizations here, I'm getting. What is pile one's person's energy towards pile one? Indecisive. I know my inability to make a decision hurts you. Look at that. That's the Seven of Cups energy, and I feel like, when it comes to confusion, especially of the emotional kind, this is how this person behaves. But at least I feel like they know that they hurt you. You got that from your tarot cards as well. They certainly acknowledge you. Oops. We have damage. We are both hurting from this. Look at that. Bottom of the deck, we have shadow side. You made me realize your flaws. So it seems like I said, with the Destiny card, it was meant to be, and I feel like the reason why you stepped into this person's life might have been to wake them up with that Tower energy and kind of make them realize, the mistakes that they did, or the things within themselves that they need to heal. That is all about, that shadow energy which is within all of us. Now I want to get some advice focused on you. So what does Spirit have in terms of advice for pile one at this time? Because I certainly don't think that there's a need for you to do anything anymore. And I would, based on what I see here so far, even if this person is meant to come back into your life, I feel like allow that to happen from their side rather than you acting on it. So what's the advice for pile one? Oh, look at that. I should, literally... Can you see the card? It says, be bold and make the first move. I was just talking about how it would be it's not needed that you make the first move and reopen the door. But I guess Spirit has some other plans. So it's funny, be bold and make the first move. I feel like it was a slap from Spirit, and Spirit is trying to tell me to, Indy, please leave your opinions on the side. So there you go. I apologize. I take back what I said. And if some of you are wanting to do something here, I feel like there is a calling. You are being intuitively guided to take some action here, whether it is talking to them or getting in touch with them. And there you go. So I take back what I said. Perhaps it would be okay for you to reopen that door if you're considering that. The energy is gaining momentum. Yeah, so I feel like some of you are definitely being inspired to do something here, either in terms of action or something, say something or do something. And right now I feel like would be a good time to act on those emotions. That's what Spirit says. A new start is coming. I was also getting the message that this could be the energy gaining momentum card, at least, if not this one, maybe even this one. It could be about another person or another relationship. So if you're being intuitively guided to someone else, and sort of feeling inspired but also confused whether you should act on it, Spirit is clearly showing that the right time is right now. With the new start, where it's kind of like the moon and eclipse, or new moon, I feel like it's still very new. If this is talking about a new relationship or a new person, and sort of you being guided to that, a lot is unknown, like you don't know what's gonna come up, and that in itself can be scary. So your fear is kind of being acknowledged here, okay? But interesting. Let's see. So whatever this means to you, be bold and make the first move, or new energy or gaining momentum, acting on your inspirations to do something, say something, whether it is towards this person or a new connection. I feel like for some of you, definitely, or most of you, this is talking about something new, or it could be like a 50-50 kind of thing, where for some of you this is new, and for some of you this is the old connection. Your hard work is paying off. Yeah, the work that you have been doing on yourself, I feel like is going to attract this new change, and whatever change you have been manifesting and focusing on, that's going to happen. So whatever this means to you, again, like I said, let me not be the one to tell you that there's no point in getting in touch with this person again. Maybe for some of you the inspiration is just that, or it's something else, something new. Whatever that is, you're bound to find success and a time for healing. So some of you definitely are still working on your healing, and continue working on that. Look at that, bottom of the deck. Luck is on your side. You're very much close to achieving your goal. Prosperity lies ahead. So yeah, a lot of I feel like 2 thumbs up from Spirit in terms of the future. And like I said, for you, this manifestation will look going back to this person, or maybe manifesting a new love, whatever that might be. I feel like Spirit is showing us that it's okay to go ahead boldly into the future, okay? So that is all I have for you, Pile 1. I hope that this reading resonated, it helped, and gave you the clarity and the peace that you were looking for at this time. Thank you once again for being here with me, and I will hopefully see you in my other readings. Bye! Hi, Pile 2. So this is for those of you that resonated with the Sodalite crystal and the Shadowland tarot deck. We are going to get into your tarot in a little bit, but as I mentioned in the intro portion of this video, we are going to be starting this reading with an energy check-in, and this energy check-in will bring out, the circumstances just before the situation between the two of you went into no contact. And I hope that this energy check-in serves as an indicator of whether you have selected the right pile or not. And in case, this is not your story and the information in the energy check-in does not resonate, then feel free to select another pile and see if that one is meant for you. So we are going to start by comparing your energy up top, on the top row that is, and your person's energy and the energy between the two of you. So starting with your energy, we are starting at the Nine of Swords, the Four of Swords, there we go, the World, the Hermit, and the Eight of Cups. The bottom of the deck energy, the fifth card that I have for you is the Five of Pentacles. For your person's energy, we have the Page of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Chariot, the Page of Cups, and bottom of the deck energy was the Ace of Pentacles, the energy connecting the two of you in this connection at the time of the breakup is this card. It says, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. And for the next oracle card deck that I'm using, I actually got 3 cards for you instead of 1. So the first one is a hand of cards. The keywords are take a chance, a risk, being strategic, options, not showing your hand, and gambling. Then we have healing heart. It says healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. And then we have twin flames, yin, yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. So with the twin flames energy, I'm kind of thinking that for some of you, you might be able to identify that this connection was your twin flame, okay? And typically speaking, twin flame relationships are quite difficult and quite challenging. They challenge us in ways that we have not been challenged before. And so it could be that this person is your twin flame, or it could be that the relationship had a similar energy or a similar kind of, happenings within it as they would happen to a twin flame connection. And like I said, they are typically quite painful, and usually a twin flame manifests into our life to teach us some very deep spiritual lessons. Okay, so I'm gonna start by talking about your energy, and then I'll come to your person's. And I hope you're doing okay, sincerely, Pile 2. I hope that since the breakup or since going no contact, you're feeling much better than what I see in the cards here, which is, you know, kind of talking about the energy at the time things went no contact. With the world's energy, I kind of feel like, you know, the world represents ending, but of course, new beginnings. But in this sense, I'm also getting a feeling that you might have been the one that was sort of forced to walk away from this connection, and forced in the sense like you had to reluctantly make the decision of end things with this person. And what I'm finding here is, you know, a complete feeling of abandonment from your person towards you. I feel like, you know, with the Five of Pentacles kind of summing up your energy in that one single card, this is about abandonment. This is making you feel shut out. I feel like your person was not very receptive, was not very like open or even responding to your emotions, your concerns, and it feels like, you know, there was a lot of like desolation and loneliness when it comes to this relationship. And I hope that, you know, since the no contact, things have gotten much better for you. Because I feel like during the connection, starting with the Nine of Swords, this is a card of high stress, high anxiety, like feeling very stressed out throughout this relationship, or at least around the time when things ended. And like I said, for most of you, I'm getting the feeling that you ended the connection. And I feel like this connection really forced you to take a deeper look at yourself, or spend a lot of time like feeling as if you were completely alone out there and by yourself, despite being in a relationship. So there was a lot of like emotional discontent around the time that things ended, or like I said, you decided to end things, or maybe your person did too. For some of you, I'm getting that. So it could be either or with the ending actually and how it came about to be. But we have the Eight of Cups energy. I feel like this moving on from this relationship must have been particularly difficult for you, and shutting the door on this person or like letting them go, I feel like must have been very like heart-wrenching sort of a decision that you have had to make, or the decision was made for you. And I'm getting the central reason why this relationship kind of fell apart, or where things went wrong, could have been to do with commitment, okay? And the Hierophant can talk about like formalizing a relationship, so sort of, you know, taking things to the next level, actually making a commitment to you and talking about the future, about marriage and whatnot. For some of you, I'm also getting like this could mean that there were religious differences, and sort of that tied into how you guys saw each other, or saw your individual places in the world and also in this relationship. Like what they were wanting was quite different than what you were wanting at the time. And I have to say that I've used this deck several times now in many readings, but this card has never popped up. So I thought that was very interesting, that this card came up in your reading, the Hand of Cards. And that kind of is very, you know, sort of talking about this Four of Pentacles energy, where when I saw this card first, the first thing that came to mind is like holding back. This person held back a lot in this connection, and it could be like because of their own feelings of insecurity, but it could also be because of fear of getting hurt. So those reasons might be different for a lot of you that are watching this reading, and each one of you might have a different reason that comes to mind. And while the reason itself is not important, this sort of a behavior, like holding back from you, like maybe even holding affection or holding back commitment, as I see, might have been the central issue. Sorry, I'm just going to move my reading cloth because the weird angle with the cards was kind of annoying me. And I feel like, with this card, if you could do anything, what would it be? This kind of talks about the future and talks about like manifestation. And I feel like this is one of the questions that might have popped up for you, and something that you have been wondering about, like going further from this connection, or the next steps in this connection, or not in this relationship, but for yourself. I mean, what is the thing that you would want to do next? And I feel like there is somewhat of a future focus with both your energies, but interestingly with your person. I feel like, first of all, beginning with the Page of Swords that came up, their energy comes across as like really immature. So this person, first of all, might have been somebody who was much younger than you were, but typically this doesn't indicate like chronological age of a person. So it doesn't matter like how old you are or how old they are. This is just immaturity in thought, immaturity with planning, and sort of having a clarity of mind and an idea as to what needs to be done here. But the Page of Swords, I feel like there could be problems between the two of you when it comes to clearly communicating, okay? And maybe this person never really clearly communicated their intentions or their future plans, because with the page, there's an inability with the page to, have that focus or have that sort of like solid game plan towards something, which in this case, of course, is this relationship. And healing card, I feel like both of you are in the process of healing, but for different reasons. You might be healing, the pain that you have felt out of this connection, coming out of it, stepping out of it, and since the ending. And I feel like what your person has been healing, because these three cards, the cards that we got in the end, I kind of feel like this person wants to make a comeback, I'll be honest. And it's almost like now that they have lost you, I feel like they feel a bit more sure about this connection, okay, and about you. With the Page of Cups, it could be that this person is right now just kind of realizing, what you meant to them, and the feelings that they have for you. And the Ace of Pentacles, this to me talks about new beginnings. So I kind of feel like in asking this question to themselves, like, if they could have anything going in the future, what is it that they would want? And I feel like your person wants to rekindle this relationship. I'm getting that very strong feeling. And like I said, I feel like this person has gone through a whole process of really growing up and maturing and transformed in a way so that their emotions, their thoughts, they're more in control of that. They feel more like now they can take up this position of the charioteer, which is like become the driver of their life and the direction that they want to take their lives in. And with the Page of Cups, I feel like this person is wanting to communicate, because pages are about communication, and offer you like some kind of a new beginning, okay? Now, whether this new beginning is something that you want to take up as an opportunity for you to rekindle this relationship or not, of course, is going to be up to you. And I'm not gonna tell you what to do, of course. I never do that with my querents, by the way. But we'll see based on their thoughts and feelings and what we find in the tarot. Hopefully that will give you some sort of valuable insight and help you with the decision-making process. But I kind of feel like this person definitely wants to make a comeback. And with the Page of Cups, it's kind of like when it comes to their feelings, by the way, I'm getting the sense like in the past, like when you were in a relationship with them, it's possible that a lot of things in their life were out of order, and a lot of things they had to sort through a lot of things, and maybe, you know, like this person's energy was invested somewhere else, and maybe there was this holding back, even with this card, the you know, not showing their hands or hand of cards, not really, you know, being in a position to give this relationship or give you what you truly deserve. But I feel like with the Chariot card, the Page of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles, there's definitely like some kind of a new beginning that this person wants with you now, and they definitely do want to make a comeback. So let's clear the table and look at your tarot messages and get some insight into your person's thoughts and feelings towards you in this no contact situation. So I'm going to put this to the side. So like I said, if that energy check-in resonated with you, then you are in the right pile, and welcome to your reading. Hold on, am I holding the deck right now? So what are your person's thoughts and feelings towards you in this no contact situation? What are your person's thoughts and feelings towards you? Starting with the Seeker. This is the Fool card. Okay. What are your person's thoughts and feelings towards you? We have the Wheel of Fortune. What are your person's thoughts and feelings towards you and this connection? Pile 2. We have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, so I'm getting the sense that, you know, your person might be thinking that now is a good time or a better time compared to where they were or where life was for the two of you. With the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like for some of you, there might be substantial amount of time that has passed since you've heard from this person. We'll get clarifying cards for each of the cards on the top row, which is, I'm going to draw 2 more. So that will give us like a larger context of that. We have the 5 of Wands. But with the Fool energy and the Ace of Swords, I feel like they are, you know, there might be some clarity that they have gained about some things, if not all of them. And I say that, not all of them, because when I saw this Fool card, I kind of wanted to say, like, you know, you see the person that's laying down like at the feet of this headless figure, which is representative of the Fool. So this kind of makes me felt, or made me felt at the time when the card came out, that there's a part of this person that wants to go forth and take some kind of action, come out in the open and like make a contact with you or what have you. And I almost feel like life might be kind of guiding them with that kitten, the black cat, you know, sort of pointing towards the future. And I feel like life is kind of guiding them to make this comeback into your life. They might be feeling pulled, but there's certainly a part of them that's not taking action. And we have the 5 of Wands. So this could be talking about a state of being conflicted, and therefore not being able to clearly decide, okay, as to what their next steps should be. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not all of the information might resonate. I don't think I said that at the beginning of the reading, but most of it should. So we have the 8 of Cups. I feel like the breakup and the way things ended between the two of you is weighing heavy on your person's mind. And is something that they do think about a lot. I feel like it might have been one of those events for your person, and of course for you it is. We saw that with the cards, with the previous energy check-in. What I mean is, but for your person, I feel like the breakup, the details around that might be something that they really talk about a lot, or sorry, think about a lot. And if you can see, the person that is walking away is a skeleton. So I feel like this person, I'm feeling a lot of sadness here, and feeling like they might be seeing as this breakup as, you know, a loss of something big, like a part of them is dead, or they lost something which was life-giving almost for this person. So let's clarify these energies. What is the Fool? What is the larger context of this Fool's energy? Oops. What's the context for this Fool energy for pile 2? We have the Four of Pentacles, again with that fear, holding back. So, interesting. Very conflicting energies, to say the least, about this person. What's the larger context of the 10 Wheel of Fortune card here? What's the larger context of that? We have the 8 of Pentacles. What's the Ace of Swords energy here? We have the Moon. Okay. What's the Five of Wands energy here? What's the Five of Wands energy for pile 2? Or pile 2's person, I should say. We have the Page of Swords. What is the Eight of Cups energy? We have the Empress. Okay, beautiful. And the bottom of the deck energy is Judgment. Okay, so Judgment is all about renewal, like I said, in this connection. So what I'm feeling is that definitely you are on their minds. Okay, this connection is on their mind, and I was very much like feeling this, you know, energy of missing you and wanting to talk to you, and feeling like, you know, losing you was for them losing a very beautiful thing. And somebody who was so giving, so nurturing. So that side of your personality, or that kind of energy that you invested into this connection with the Empress card here. The Empress is a very beautiful energy. The Empress is usually makes a very attractive partner. So I feel like when they think of you, and when they think of the breakup and how things ended between the two of you, they definitely feel a lot of sadness. I'm getting like for some of you, this person is almost like hoping and wishing that you are doing okay, that you have retained and maintained your Empress vibes, or like the positive things about you, and that hopefully this breakup did not break you the way it has now broken them. Okay, I really am getting that sense of really missing you. With the Five of Wands, like I said, this is a state of internal conflict. This is having a lot of ideas and feeling inspired to do a lot of things. But again, we have the Page of Swords. There is no, I feel like, clarity with this person. even right now, as we are talking about their energy and looking into, what's going on with them, it's pretty much quite similar, if not exactly the same. But when it comes to like being able to work through their own feelings, work through their own thoughts, okay, intentions about the future, I feel like this person still lacks clarity. And like, this is very serious in the sense like it's something that should serve as, let it be somewhat as a caution for you, in the sense that, before you do decide to open the door again for this relationship, I want you to think and know this very clearly, that your person might still have quite a lot of confusion when it comes to what they think and what they feel when it comes to the future of this relationship. But we have the Judgment energy, which was at the bottom of the deck. And how I look at the Judgment energy, or how I look at the bottom of the deck cards, is, for me, it kind of summarizes, the entire spread, gives us a gist. So Judgment is all about renewal. And I feel like, there's something more profound than just renewal with the Judgment energy. Like I said, your person has been going through this process of growing up, maturing a little bit. I feel like in the time that they have spent apart from you, they have been working on themselves, like honest to God, serious efforts into themselves, and kind of like getting their ducks in a row, sorting things out in their life, which might have not been the case in the previous time when you guys were together. So I feel like this is very sincere. The Eight of Pentacles is very self-focused energy, and typically means like, we are working towards something, manifesting something, and putting in sincere hard work towards that. So I do see that there is a desire, there is an intensity to this person's feeling towards you right now, with the Empress energy, the Judgment, the Eight of Pentacles, and also with the Ace of Swords. But we have the Moon clarifying the Ace of Swords. So I kind of feel like this person, either they feel like the things that they have gotten somewhat of a clarity on, maybe I should zoom in a little bit. Does this make it better? I hope so. But yeah, the things that they feel like they have gotten more clarity on, they might not be still so sure about that clarity, or feeling like absolutely certain, because we have the Moon, and the energy of the Moon is one that, causes confusion. It's all about, Moon is all about illusions. Like, think of, the possible confusions and the illusions that might happen in the moonlight. Okay, the Moon is also about like the unconscious, darker parts of ourselves. And by darker, I don't mean like evil, but definitely like parts of ourselves that we have not really looked at, that need healing. And so your person, even though this Ace of Swords, I want to get some more clarification here. Like, what do they feel so clear about? Because with the Moon energy, it's almost like puts a big question mark on that clarity. Almost negates it to a certain extent, if you know what I mean. But what is the Ace of Swords energy here? I feel like your person goes like pretty back and forth right now. We have the King of Pentacles. And what is the Moon energy here? What's the Moon energy for pile 2? We have the Two of Cups. Okay. I feel like this person wants to feel very sure about what they're doing and what they're thinking and how they are going to execute, whatever thoughts and whatever like plan of actions they have. But we have the moon energy, like I said, so, and the Two of Cups. This kind of makes me feel like they're emotional triggers, and particularly those kind of emotional triggers that we have not healed or really worked on, and feeling triggered, especially when it comes to, situations to do with love and relationships. So Spirit is showing that even though this person does want to come across as like this King of Pentacles, which is, somebody much more mature than let's say the Page of Swords energy, which we have here, as well as, in your energy check-in. I kind of feel like what they will first need to heal are these emotional triggers to be able to, speak clearly or, be more authoritative when it comes to any kind of decisions that need to be made for the two of you. They might still fall short, even though it's almost like this person doesn't want to acknowledge that what is going on here with the moon energy, and just wants to come across like really strong. I'm getting the sense. We have the Fool here, which, as I said, when I saw this card, the character that's laying at the headless character's feet, he kind of looks like very passive, right? Definitely not the like image of the Fool, which is leaping from the cliff and ready to take a chance. This Fool in this rendition of the card, it's stationary, it's not really doing much, and that is clarified by the Four of Pentacles again. So this fear of something, as I said, what that fear is will be different for all of you. Let's take a look at that fear. What is the Four of Pentacles energy fear about? Whoops. Why is this person still holding back, not taking action despite wanting things? We have the Page of Cups. Yeah, so I feel like this person, the action that they want to take is communicating their feelings. The Page of Pentacles is really very sweet, romantic feelings towards someone, and talking about or communicating those feelings. Like, this could also be like they have a crush on you again, maybe, but definitely, some kind of heartfelt conversation that they want to do, and the fear might be, as to like what happens as a consequence of that conversation. So as I said, a lot of like conflicting energies with your person, and I don't know if I mentioned this about the Judgment card, but it's far more profound than a simple kind of renewal of a connection or what have you. The Judgment is that place in life where we are kind of taking stock of the situation, which is our life, and sort of going through a cleansing and shedding of those things that do no longer serve us, or we identified or have identified as dysfunctional, as problems, as hurdles, and adhering to those things which will help us further the progress of whatever that is in life, or whatever area this comes in context of, which is this relationship. So healing and transformation is the name of the game here. I feel like this person is really going through healing, but we are being shown here by Spirit that there are still certain things that this person needs to work on. Yes, they might have come a long way, and yes, they might have put in a lot of work towards healing themselves, but they're not done yet, is what I'm getting. They're not ready yet, and they might still be able to, still might be unable to give you the security, the commitment about this relationship or within this connection. Okay, so let's look at, let's look at your oracle cards to get some more insight into their energy. I'm also going to close off this reading since, you know, like I said, I'm getting like really conflicting energies with your person, I'm going to close off this reading after we have drawn the oracle cards, which I'm going to bring in another deck. And then for the last part of this reading, I'm going to step away from your person's energy, and we are going to look at some advice for you as to what you should be doing or could do, what you should be mindful of, thinking of, as you navigate this situation. And hopefully that will give you an idea and some insight as to what would be the best course of action for you. So, but now let's look at your person's energy for the details on that. Because even if there are these feelings where this person, you know, feels lost or feels like they have lost a very good thing, do they have the capacity to honor this relationship now, even though they feel like they miss you a lot? I don't know. We have partnership and alliances. This is the Three of Pentacles energy. So definitely a desire to come back to you. And I feel like this person feels like now this time around they will be able to co-create something, expand on this connection. Okay, so definitely seeing that. We have patience, which is the Temperance energy. So like I said, since the previous phase where you knew this person, I feel like they have grown and transformed a lot. We have a flower that's coming out of this person's palm, and it has grown up from a mere seed, which tells me like this person has not only transformed, but they are tempering. So tempering is all about moderation. So first of all, with the word patience, which is very much a part of the Temperance energy, they might be quite patiently waiting for the right time to approach or for the right opportunity to feel inspired to actually act on their desires and their feelings. And this is also about learning to moderate your feelings and learning to balance your emotional side with the practical side. So definitely seeing this person in more of a balanced state of mind here. Okay. And when I say that, it's of course compared to the previous phase when you guys were in a relationship. We have awareness with the Magician. Like I said, we got this card. Where is it? This is all about future manifestation. So I feel like, asking themselves like, what do they want next in life? What do they want to see happen between the two of you? For some of you, this person might be actively manifesting this relationship back into their life. They definitely want you back. They definitely, want an opportunity to reconnect and see like where it goes. But we have the sacral chakra. This is also about creation, desires, also feeling attraction towards you. I feel like they're still very attracted to you. With the Empress energy here, that, as I said, is very attractive for potential partners. So there's definitely some of that, as we see. And we have new beginnings. Look at that. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if this person came back, and we have the Two of Wands energy at the bottom of the deck. So if this person came back and they, kind of expressed, how they feel and that they want a rekindling of your connection. With the Two of Wands energy, this person, I feel like right now as we speak and as you're watching this reading, which by the way, my readings are always intended to be timeless, so you need not check the upload date for this video. Whenever you find it is when it is intended to be resonant with you. So they might be making certain changes, decisions, maybe there's moving involved, changes to their lives in order to accommodate you. But this person definitely wants a restart, rekindling of this relationship. Let's get some more. What is your person's energy in this no contact situation? And I feel like for this pile, especially for your reading, pile 2, that advice portion would be highly important, because it's very difficult, especially with the tarot cards that we are seeing, that we saw in the first or the second spread that we did. We have understanding. I see your side of the story. So yeah, this person has, like I said, gained some newer understandings about how they have affected you, or what you were saying at the time, and how closed off they were towards you. So as I was saying, I feel like it would be especially important to take some advice for you, because this can be like such a good news, but at the same time, like I said, with this spread, the previous spread, I do see that, you know, there is still some confusion, still some things that this person needs to work on. So we'll see what happens. Tarot readings are wonderful in the way that they can unfold, and sometimes, you know, things pop up that none of us would anticipate. Not me as a reader, not you who's watching this reading. So you'll see. What else? We have regret. I wish this never happened. I told you, there's a lot of regret. There's missing you. So yeah, we see that with your tarot spread. What is your person thinking and feeling at this time? We have dishonesty. By lying, I ripped us apart. So I feel like this might be, for some of you, if not all of you, there might have been instances where this person lied to you, but there's definitely regret about the dishonesty and about how that tore you apart. Dishonesty, by the way, could also mean this Four of Pentacles energy, and also what we saw with your energy check-in, which is like not revealing a lot, or like holding back information. You know, the Hand of Cards oracle card, which interestingly for the first time it came up in a reading. So it could be either like outright lying, or even, whoops, these two cards really want to be here. So we have overwhelmed. The stress from this is distressing me, and I need more time to think. So definitely they're not acting on their desires and their plan, and they might be feeling that they need a little bit more time to think. And of course it could be stressful, you know, like even wanting to take action in this situation could be stressful for them. So what was I saying just before that? Yeah, holding back information is also lying. So now let's step away from their energy a little bit and get some advice for you in terms of what you should be potentially doing, thinking. Spirit, what do you have as advice for pile 2? Oops. About handling this relationship. What should you be doing? Pile 2. Emotions are running high. Oops, there we go. For some of you, I'm getting, you know, like maybe you still maybe get quite emotional when it comes to this situation. And when this card comes up, it kind of, you know, the underlying message is not to act right now out of, you know, such strong emotions, and especially when you're feeling such strong emotions when it comes to this issue, this relationship, and let things calm down a little bit. You're very close to achieving your goal. So as I said, for some of you, whatever that goal means to you, I feel like this card doesn't necessarily speak of, this relationship. It could be, but if you were wanting to manifest this person back into your life, and if you're hoping for a second chance with them, then this card is saying, go for it, because you're very close to achieving what you wanted. But on other hands, for those of you that were not considering it or not ready to consider that as an option, this could mean like, just keep working on whatever you are working on, because that goal is very close to achievement. And I feel like because this card pops up in your reading right now, somehow that thing that you have been working on ties itself into this relationship, in the sense like in terms of how it would affect what happens in this connection. So take it how it resonates for you, okay, pile 2? So what is your advice for pile 2? In general readings, that is what happens sometimes, like, because I'm tapping into the collective and it's impossible to like discern like what this could be talking about. What do you need to release? That's the question. I'm sorry, the lights are too bright. What do you need to release? So this could be, as I said, a part of your healing journey, which you might already be on. And for some of you, I almost feel like Spirit is really asking you to be honest with yourself and ask this question, whether you want to, or you should be releasing the person, letting go of this person, or if there is something within you that needs to be released, that needs to be let go of, that needs to be healed, okay? Because effective and the right way to release something is to heal it. So really asking yourself, I feel like Spirit is acknowledging, that not only do you have all the power here now in this relationship, so if you want to release it, you can, if that is what you're feeling guided to do. Or like I said, it could be something else. Adjustments are required. So this makes me, we see like the half moon here, and I kind of feel like there are certain things that are still not revealed, as in like, I'm not getting like, your person is still keeping things from you, but you might not know the whole picture is what I'm getting. And when you actually step into that picture and take a closer look at it, there might be certain things that might surprise you, and that might require certain adjustments, whether it is like an internal adjustment of your own emotions, attitudes, feelings, or whether it is adjustments in the outer circumstances of your life. But there is definitely some kind of compromise involved if you were to open the door, and if you meditate on it, you'll understand, or maybe you already know as you're watching this reading. I hope you're nodding along, and that resonates. But there's something's gotta give, is the sense that I'm getting. So one last card for you to close off this reading. Balance spirituality and practicality. Oh, whoops, there we go. So Spirit is asking you to take a very like balanced approach when it comes to this relationship, or when it comes to this connection. Balancing spirituality and practicality is kind of like that temperance energy, where spirituality can be all of your thoughts, your feelings, which the energy that you embody, and also the practical side of things, considering them as well in your decision making process, whatever they might be for you. Okay, so that is all I have for you, pile 2. I do hope sincerely that this reading resonated. It helped you, gave you the insights and the clarity that you were seeking. Consider leaving a like if this reading helped you, and consider subscribing and staying back for more future readings to come. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi Pile 3, so this is for those of you that resonated with the strawberry quartz crystal and the Cook's Tarot. Before we go into your tarot reading and actually looking at your person's energy in this no contact situation, we are going to start with an energy check-in, as I mentioned in the intro portion, which if you skipped or missed, it is okay. And this energy check-in is going to look into both of your energies around the time that this no contact situation was developing, or just before you guys went no contact. And I want you to think of this energy check-in as sort of an indicator of whether you have selected the right pile, and whether, you know, the messages in the reading as it progresses and we go to your tarot deck, whether it's meant for you or not. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so I'm tapping into the collective, and therefore not every message will resonate, but most of it should make sense, and should find its intuitive resonance within you. Also, I don't know if you can tell by my voice by the time I'm filming this reading, which is one day after I did pile 1 and 2's reading, I have kind of caught a cold, and there's a mild fever, so you'll have to excuse my voice and any kind of like coughing and disruptions during your reading. I do apologize in advance for that, but that's what I'm dealing with. But I really wanted to get this video done and uploaded for you guys. So anyways, let's get started with the energy check-in. There will be 2 rows of tarot cards. The row on top will be talking about your energy, and the second row will be their energy, and then we look at the energy connecting the 2 of you. So we are starting with, for you, with the Page of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Wands. We have the Ace of Wands, okay. We have the Devil. And we have the Queen of Wands. And bottom of the deck energy, which kind of like, I look at it as something which summarizes the entire spread, which is the spread up here, was the reversed Queen of Swords. Your person's energy, we have the 3 of Cups. We have the King of Wands. And we have the Queen of Wands for you. We have the Strength. We have the 10 of Wands as well for your person. We have the 6 of Cups. And bottom of the deck energy for your person is the 9 of Swords. The energy connecting the 2 of you, I have 2 oracle cards, and it says, beware of what you're projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Very deep and very like, what do you call it? Very telling of the dynamics here. And then we have soulmates, okay. So with that soulmate energy, and I'm seeing the King of Wands for your person and the Queen of Wands for you. So this can be talking about a divine counterpart. Okay, you might have been able to recognize this, but if not, if this is something that you were wondering about, then let this be the confirmation that you need. And it's very interesting that this card came up, the one about projecting, because typically soulmate connections, first of all, they are very intense, and no matter how long or how short this relationship was, the feelings that both of you experienced must have been especially intense, and there might even have been cases where you have felt triggered by this person, them triggering your wounds or you triggering this person's wounds. It's interesting that the Ten of Wands came up for both of you. So something tells me that carrying on this connection became very difficult for the two of you. And I'm going to start with your energy. I feel like, you might have met this person with the Three of Cups energy. It's possible that when they popped up into your life, they were more like a friend, or maybe it started off as a friendship. You could have met them through friends, through your social circle, okay? Or it started off pretty casual, and then I kind of feel like it became much more than that for you, and it's almost like this person couldn't rise up to your expectations, okay? With the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, fire signs might be important here, but if not, because that always isn't always true with tarot readings, but I feel like there was a lot of like attraction that you both felt towards each other. We have the Devil energy, which is typically talking about like a very lustful connection, a lot of physical attraction, sexual attraction that you might have felt for this person. And right now, I feel like you're struggling a lot when it comes to integrating the lessons that you have learned out of this relationship, because we have the reversed Queen of Swords, and in its upright position, the Queen of Swords is talking about someone who has been through pain, but the Queen has gained some clarity, has transformed, and sort of, has been able to make sense of the painful lessons that she has picked up from her past, from a relationship, as is the case here. But with the reverse Queen of Swords, I feel like there might be feelings of embitterment. You might be feeling like you have been, I almost want to say like betrayed, but disappointed, and like your expectations have not met, or this person was unable to meet your expectations. And I feel like this discrepancy that both of you had when it came to the future of this connection, for example, or where things are going next. I feel like you were very enthusiastic. You might not have started off as, viewing this connection as being very promising. And with the Page of Pentacles, I kind of feel like maybe your energy was also somewhat unsure as to like where this connection is headed or what's going to happen in the future. But you might have reached a point where you definitely saw the potential and you were excited about the potential of this connection. And when this, I feel like, discrepancy happened between the two of you, with the Ten of Wands energy coming up for you and this person, I feel like that made it very difficult to carry on within this relationship. I do want to get a little bit more clarification for that Ace of Wands energy. So what's the Ace of Wands energy for pile 3? What's the Ace of Wands energy? Nine of Swords. Yeah, so some kind of a new beginning, causing a lot of stress, causing a lot of distress. We also have the Nine of Swords here as the overall energy for your person. So I feel like it just got very stressful between the two of you, or in this connection. And again, like I said, the Ace of Wands, some type of a new beginning that you wanted, and your person, well, it's not like they didn't want it, but at the time I feel like this person was unable to do anything about it with that strength card. It's almost like this person was holding back, or they were sort of controlling themselves for whatever reason. Let's get some clarification for that strength energy as well. What is the strength energy for pile 3's person? Because I feel like they're trying to be very strong and very much in control of their energy, but kind of makes me wonder like why that was. So let's look at the larger context of the strength card. We have Temperance. Yeah, so Temperance is very much very similar, if not exactly the same as the Strength card, because the Strength might be them controlling their feelings, their impulses, their intuition, and everything that within themselves that was guiding them towards this connection. And with Temperance energy, it's trying to come to a place of balance. So maybe balancing their emotions with practicality, but it's still a process of like inner alchemy, just as Strength is. So it's possible that this person was sort of holding back and remaining quite unsure about the future of this connection, because I feel like this person might have seen at the time, before the no contact situation happened, they might have felt at the time that this was not the right way to proceed, or not the right decision for themselves and for you, okay? So the energy of this spread is kind of vague, I admit, but what that makes me feel like is it's talking more about, as I said, the energetic map of the situation, rather than telling us about the details, and which tells me that for each of you that are watching this reading, as I said, this is a general reading, and it might be a different story. So the actual details and the happenings and what went on, that might be very different for each one of you. But it's kind of like what I just said, like this person, even though they were very attracted and maybe even had a desire to pursue this connection, maybe, you know, and I get the feeling with the Six of Cups energy, this is nostalgia, and very sweet memories, and thinking about the time that they have spent with you in this relationship. So I kind of feel like this person, looking back at this connection, might still have like a lot of pleasant feelings towards you, but it's almost like there was some kind of blockage, mental blockage, or an inability with the Ten of Wands coming up for both of you. I mean, the Ten of Wands literally is seeing no way, or not being able to see the path up ahead because of feeling very overwhelmed and lost and kind of blinded by everything that is going on in the moment, and not being able to continue. Okay, so as I said, you might still be struggling with letting go. The Devil energy can talk about like thinking about the person, or obsessively thinking and analyzing things. It could talk about that, but you're definitely having trouble integrating these lessons, and this might still be relatively fresh for you, this pain. So having trouble integrating is very understandable in that sense. And I also see the Nine of Swords coming out for your person as the overall energy, where they are at right now, which is how I look at the bottom of the deck energy. And this is a lot of anxiety, stress, and fear, and like literally, like we have a figure that's not able to rest or sleep because there are all these thoughts that are going through their mind. So there's still a lot of thought that this person, thought energy that this person spends thinking about this connection. But yeah, let's look into, as I said, I apologize that, I couldn't be more specific than that, but like I said, I'm kind of getting the feeling that the actual details might be like very different. And soulmates, like typically soulmate connections are very, very challenging. These two oracle cards that you got for your reading, there might be some of this projecting, which of course, like, you will be able to tell if you like really deeply take some time and meditate upon it. So what this means is that, for both of you, I feel like this connection taught you a lot, and kind of made you aware of certain things within yourself that might have been out of line or misaligned or dysfunctional, that were being reflected by your person, and how by understanding, what these elements are, you're now either like working on healing or slowly going towards healing. Okay, so if you're honest about this, and you will be able to identify what those things are, it's almost like you were mirroring each other, but not really mirroring. It's kind of like, I don't know what to say, but like the expectations of one person, let's say your expectations being not met by this person, were somehow reflecting of certain things within you that might be out of misalignment. Okay, and yes, I'm a very blunt and honest tarot reader. I do not know how to sugarcoat messages, so even when I'm pointing out something that can be potentially painful, I don't mean to be insensitive in delivering my messages, but of course I would rather tell you what I see than sugarcoat something which will not be helpful for you, right? So let's get this cleared up, and let's go into the tarot messages and look at what their thoughts and feelings are for you at this time. So for pile 3, what are your person's thoughts and feelings towards you in this no contact situation? What are their thoughts and feelings towards you for this no contact? Like I said, most of the messages, if it resonated in the energy check-in, then you are at the right place, you're at the right pile. If not, feel free to select another pile. And I have done this topic before, so you can go to the playlist or kind of do a search on my channel, No Contact Readings, and all my readings are meant to be timeless. So maybe you'll find a pile of reading that resonates more. But for those of you that are patiently still waiting for me to start drawing the cards, let's dive into your reading. We have the 3 of Wands. What are your person's thoughts and feelings? We have the 6 of Pentacles. So definitely feel like this relationship and this connection is on their minds. For some of you with a 3 of Wands energy, I feel like your person might even be considering how this relationship fits into their lives now. Look at that 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups is, a lot of love shared between two people and the potential of a deep relationship. It's very different in a sense from the Lover's card, where there is more depth to the connection. But the 2 of Cups, as I said, what I was getting from your energy check-in, that this might have been a relationship that was still in its dating stages, and maybe it didn't progress too far, and quickly both of you encountered your differences, and an inability to move forward in this connection. But I feel like what this is talking about is your person acknowledging that yes, there was still a lot of love in this relationship, a lot of emotional resonance that they found with you, connected to you, a lot of love between the two of you. Six of Pentacles could be talking about, them wanting to finally meet your expectations and become like an equal partner. In relationship readings, Six of Pentacles is all about equal give and take, but we'll see what this means as I draw the clarifying cards. We then have the Chariot. Yeah, I definitely feel like this person now feels much more sure of this connection than they ever did, okay? And they want to make a comeback. They want to make amends, rekindle the relationship. I mean, a soulmate connection, it would be very surprising for me to see that this person, or to know maybe from you in the future, or you know what I mean. But it would be very surprising if this person is able to completely get you out of their minds, which is always the challenge. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Look at that. This is amazing. So like I said, long-term relationship, building a relationship with you is definitely on this person's mind. With the Chariot energy, I'm feeling actually very encouraged about this relationship and about where their feelings are right now. The Chariot is when we are ready to make progress, when we have worked through the conflicts within ourselves and the indecisiveness, the dual minds, okay? Even, opposing feelings. And we have gained control over them in the sense that now we are ready to take the lead and we are ready to become kind of like the instigator of progress, or, manifest that what we want to see in our lives. With the Ten of Pentacles, this is about long-term relationship. This is about wanting to build a family with you, a legacy, build a home with you, okay? So I definitely feel like that's what's on your person's mind. I'm clarifying each of these energies now. To clarify the Three of Wands, we have the Four of Pentacles, okay? What's the Six of Pentacles here? What's the Six of Pentacles energy? These cards are really large, sort of a challenge to shuffle, but I kind of like the images a lot. So, and I like the overall theme of this tarot deck, so I'll never give up working with it. We have the Seven of Wands, clarifying the Six of Pentacles. Now more of a complex picture is coming up. It's kind of like, the bottom row is speaking about like their underlying intentions, and the thoughts and feelings underlying all those desires that they have in wanting to build a partnership with you. I feel like with the Four of Pentacles energy starting here, there's still somewhat of a holding back that this person is doing. We have the Wheel of Fortune, clarifying Two of Cups. Okay. So with the Four of Pentacles energy, this is, this is scarcity mindset. This is being fearful, acting out of fear, and literally not being very open and giving with your energy, whether it is your love, your emotions, towards something, investing your time, because there's a fear of loss and fear of, things going wrong or getting hurt. And I feel like getting hurt is one of the things your person is quite concerned about. With the Seven of Wands energy, there is somewhat of a defensive energy that's coming through for your person. I mean, it's almost like I want to say that they want to, become this equal partner and this equal give and take, but it's almost like they want to do things on their own terms, okay? They might still have like certain things that they feel the need to speak up or voice, or, you know, want you to fall in line with, and want you to see their point of view almost, okay? So there are these blockages definitely with the Seven of Wands energy, where this person might feel threatened in a way to open up their life and open up this avenue, open up this door to bringing you in or connecting with you and becoming kind of like an equal partner. With the Wheel of Fortune clarifying the Two of Cups energy, I might need another clarifying card for that, but I kind of feel like there could be two things. One, Spirit is kind of showing us that this connection and this is an understanding that your person might have had since you guys broke up or you parted ways, but they might be viewing this as something that was meant to happen, something in their life. Like, even if they don't see it that way, I kind of feel like everything in this connection, the way things panned out and where you are right now, is sort of meant to be, and it's for both your highest goods, okay? Because there's a lot of like lesson learning that needs to happen through this connection. It's an important part in your soul's journey, your soul's evolutionary path, that this connection needed to happen for the two of you, and whatever transpired, that really needed to happen for the two of you. So it could be talking about that level of understanding, or the second message that I'm kind of getting, that there might be a part of them that sort of, what do you call it? I don't want to say leave it all up to fate, because we have very strong Chariot energy here, but sort of like waiting for the right time, I want to say, and waiting for the right opportunity. Sorry, the ring light is reflecting on the cards. This should fix it. Waiting for the right opportunity to reconnect again. I feel like for circumstances to change. So there might be, you know, some of that waiting that might be going on here. Oops, look at that. I dropped all the cards. I told you it's not helping that I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, and shuffling these cards. Okay. Concentrate, Indy. What's the Chariot energy for Pile 3's person? What's the Chariot energy here? The single most, I would say, positive, or the second, I would say the three most positive cards in this reading have been Two of Cups, the Chariot, and the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Page of Wands, okay. Like I said, you know, the second row of cards, these clarifying cards, are kind of like, almost like revealing the secret, or, you know, providing us with the context, I want to say, of the main energy, or the main kind of like intention that this person has, which is making progress. With the Page of Wands energy, I kind of feel like even though they might want to, you know, come towards you and want to rekindle this relationship, I feel like this person is still in that stage where they might be devising a plan or thinking about it, because the page can be that energy where, yes, there is enthusiasm, yes, there is like desire to make some progress, but, or take charge of their lives and actually make things happen for themselves. But with the Page of Wands, there is a lack of clarity in how they are actually going to execute that, okay? So, yes, they feel driven enough to, it could be like they want to get to this Chariot level of execution, or sort of feeling in charge of the situation, but there's something that is making them feel like now is not the right time, like not yet, not being totally ready to make that step. So very interesting. Let's look at the Ten of Pentacles. What's the Ten of Pentacles energy for pile three's person? We have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, there's definitely somewhat of an emotional immaturity that's coming through. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups, yeah. So definitely this person wants a renewal and rekindle this relationship. But coming back to the Page of Pentacles, again, this person, like, it also could be possible because we have the Wheel of Fortune energy, that the circumstances in their life right now, they might not allow them to get to this place. Like, for example, they might be at the Page of Wands right now, wanting to act and become the Chariot, because I do feel like your person, the desire is quite genuine of rekindling this relationship with you, but it's like they feel quite unprepared. The same story with the Page of Pentacles. By the way, the page can also represent like somebody younger in chronological age, so there might be an age difference between you and this person, but not necessarily to do with age, but it could also be just this like feeling not ready, like something in their lives is stopping them. I wanna get a few clarifying cards. I want to clarify the Three of Wands energy and the Four of Pentacles. So Spirit, what is this combination of the Three of Wands and the Four of Pentacles energy for pile three's person? We have the Three of Swords. Oh, I drew two cards. Okay. We have the Three of Swords and the Tower. Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, the Four of Pentacles can talk about fear of things going wrong, getting it wrong. And the Three of Swords is a card of emotional pain, heartbreak, heartache. So I feel like this person is still working through some of that. And we did see that in your energy check-in as well. For them, the overall energy came up as the Nine of Swords, so which is quite challenging to work through. And we also have the Tower. So this is, you know, fear of getting it wrong and like literally causing more damage rather than repairing the relationship, or just the fact of how this breakup happened and the energy of that still weighs heavy on their mind. That might be the reason for this hesitation. Okay, let's look at the Seven of Wands energy. What's the Seven of Wands energy here? We have the Devil. Said, even though this person with that Six of Pentacles energy, this person definitely wants to become like an equal partner, but I think what gets in the way is, you know, some kind of limitation or limiting beliefs, unhealed parts of them, a pattern in relationships or in connections that this person has not worked through. And I feel like, you know, I'm noticing that there's a lot of like mess in the card, and this person might be somebody who's prone to create a mess out of a good thing. Okay, but the Devil can talk about our limiting beliefs mostly, so things that we feel bound by, but that's not really true, because the greatest illusion with the Devil is that we are always free, but it can make us feel like we are stuck. So again, they might be blocking this connection at this time because they might be telling themselves of the potential problems which is all in their head, by the way. That's what Spirit is acknowledging here. It's all in their heads. It's not really real, okay? So, yeah, let's look at your oracle cards and get more sense into your person's energy. By the way, I forgot to mention this, but I'm going to close off the reading. So I'm going to take oracle cards from 2 of the oracle decks, and then we are going to look at some advice for you as to what you should be doing in this connection. So just to let you know, so what is the energy of your person? Whoops. In this no contact situation. I almost feel like time is of the essence here, divine timing with the 2 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune energy. I mean, I do feel like this person wants to make a comeback, and they definitely see like a huge potential with you, but it might be some time before they get to, like, say, the Page of Wands to the King of Wands and Page of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles and actually do something about these desires. We have shadow, look at that, with the Moon. So there's definitely some things that this person is still healing, still working on, and needs to work on, I would say, because the Moon and everything that is in our shadow, the unconscious parts of our psyche, they are typically dysfunctional parts, and that get in the way of creation or manifesting our desires. So, and the Moon energy can be very deceptive in a way, like can make us potentially see problems where they are not. But the overall message is like this person needs to go within. This needs to happen, the process of deep inner healing. We also have the Devil with the Temptation. So very similar to what the Devil energy was here before. Limiting beliefs. And the things that they feel anxious about, stressed out about. Temptation, I'm feeling like, you know, because of how the nature of this connection, it being a soulmate connection, the Devil can also talk about like obsessive thoughts, and it also could be, you know, the attraction they feel towards you. Then we have Strength. All major arcana cards, very interesting. So learning how to really tame the inner beast, as I said, which you know can sometimes talk about like our naysaying mind. Then we have the Lover's card. This is the soulmate energy. All major arcana. So what this makes me feel is like definitely this person is going through a major, I don't want to use the word transformation because I don't feel like it fits apt here. It's going to lead to their transformation, but these spiritual practices that this person is now getting to learn and work through is going to help in the transformation process. Okay, so but like as I said, like all major arcana cards, which tells me that the process that this person is going through is much deeper than anything that they could even describe, because it's a very internal focused thing. With the Lover's energy, again, like as I said, that's the soulmate energy. What's the energy for your person? Pile 3. So this almost like looking at these cards as well, it's kind of making me think like Spirit is saying not yet, it might not be the time. And this is the 3 of Cups energy, partnership and alliances. Again, I feel like the desire to come back to you, to this relationship, to revisit it. Bottom of the deck, we have the waiting game. Look at that. That's going to be their desire to come back to you and rekindle this relationship, and how much they really see the value of doing that is, I feel like, fueling whatever they're going through and the lessons that they are learning. With the waiting game, again, like I said, with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like Spirit is saying wait some more. which of course you don't have to. It's completely up to you. We don't have to put our life on hold, sit around and wait for this person to come back. But just know that for the comeback and for you to see some progress with this person, it's going to be some time, I feel like. So another oracle deck to get an insight into their energy. What is going on with pile 3's person? What are they feeling and thinking at this time? We have unsatisfied. I wasn't happy the way things are going. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you recall at this point your energy check-in cards, feeling stressed, overwhelmed with the 10 of Wands energy. I feel like dissatisfaction is something that is like a common thread that was shared between the two of you. This could be your feeling as well. Feeling dissatisfied. Then we have destiny. I'm struggling to find the right path. Hold on a second, I need a sip of water. So the destiny card very much reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune energy, where it's like, as I said, this connection might feel like something that is destined. They might be wondering if you guys are destined to cross paths with each other. And the struggle that this talks of has not being able to figure it out yet. As I said, I got that energy from your tarot spread as well, that this person is not yet ready. I kind of feel like they're waiting for some answers, life to show them the path. I'm getting as to what to do here. What is your person's energy at this time? We have confusion. I feel unclear about where we stand. Pretty self-explanatory. Then we have absence. I feel like a part of me is missing without you. Interesting that it came up on the Lovers card. Where the cards organically can get placed, that's sort of important. Or I look at that in my tarot readings or during my readings as well. Feeling confused, definitely feeling your absence. We have chaser. I don't want to chase anymore. Interesting. For some of you, they might be in a chaser position right now, where they might be like obsessively thinking about you with the devil energy, and kind of feeling the exhaustion coming out of that, because being the chaser or the runner is not fun. This makes me feel like of twin flame relationships as well. With this could be, look at that chaser and runner. I can't make this up. I don't want to run anymore. So it could be that they are looking at the dynamic that is going on between between the two of you, and just wanting to end this cycle if you have been stuck in the cycle. And this typically is very prevalent in twin flame relationships. So soulmate, twin flame type of connection. Now let's step away from their energy a little bit and let's get some advice for you, pile 3, as to what you should be doing, what you should be thinking about. We have, it's time to take action. Okay, so take this as whatever this means to you, and kind of like 2 thumbs up from universe, in terms of like any action that most of you or some of you might be wondering about, whether it's the right thing to do or not. You might be planning something. Either it could be towards this connection or maybe nothing to do with it, okay? But the right time to take action and execute the plans that you have been thinking about or considering. So take it how it resonates. But that's a 2 thumbs up, for especially for those of you that were thinking of something. Your dreams need a practical plan. Mixing practicality with emotions is important here, being in balance, or looking at your life right now, this relationship, looking at it in a more balanced way is going to help you. So, advice for pile 3: adjustments are required. So, and this half moon, this came up in pile 2, or was it pile 1's reading as well? But this half moon, it kind of makes me feel like there's not everything that you might know yet. And I don't mean that in the sense that this person is hiding things from you, but just about life in general, or where things are headed on, and certain other details, important, relevant details, they might be missing, and you might not have the whole picture. And it's almost like when you have the whole picture, you might come to know that there are certain compromises that might be required from your end as well. Okay, so be aware of that. The answers you need are coming, so that's very good. Like I said, certain things, some information, you might be clarity you might be waiting for. That's encouraging. One last card to close off this reading. What is the advice for pile 3? We have surrender to the divine. So yeah, like I said, overall it does look like there should be something. At the bottom of the deck we have a time for healing. So I do get the feeling, or got the feeling from your energy check-in as well, that there's still some things that you need to heal. So this card kind of makes sense to me. And surrender to the divine, I feel like with what we got with your tarot and oracle messages, that there's still some time before this person figures out like what they want to do and arrive at a strong, decisive place to respond to that. The best thing you can do is surrender and sort of withdraw your energy and allow things to happen and unfold how they would according to the divine timing. Okay, so that is all I have for you, pile 3. I sincerely hope that this reading was helpful, it made sense, resonated, and gave you the peace, the clarity that you were looking for. If it did, consider leaving this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Any kind of activity or response you give to my work here is very much helpful for the channel. I hope you know that. And I really thank you once again for your presence here on my channel, and hopefully I will see you in the future readings. Bye.